Related to the sport that he's trying to get into, or a comedian on YouTube?
I think he'd be a good next opponent. Yes.
How'd you enjoy that?
I didn't.
Ali said it was a 0.5 second fight.
That was one of the most competitive fights I've ever watched.
I think it's really good that he keeps picking people who are either out of shape, don't do anything related to the sport that he's trying to get into, or a comedian on YouTube.
I think he'd be a good next opponent. No boxing history.
I think I can take him.
Yeah, I think so.
It's just a matter of not getting knocked out in the first 0.5 seconds, right?
Pretty much.
It's actually such a waste of money. They made people spend $75 to see.
I think it's 50.
50.
$50?
50, and you saw a concert with Sideshow Boxing.
He made like $1 million.
More. I think a million, maybe. Yeah, maybe a million. 500,000 or 600,000 guaranteed.
No,
Plus
Askren
pay-per-view.
made 500,000.
Plus pay-per-view.
Lasking? I mean,
Askren.
I don't know what that is.
That's the guy's.
That's the fighter. That's the other guy. The Olympic guy.
Ben Askren, the
Olympic
fighter.
wrestler.
Oh, I only knew his first name.
Yeah, he was on the Olympic fighter.
He was only in the UFC and won championship,
But he made 500,000 off the bat.
it was his most lucrative payday in fighting.
Well, just
So
imagine
you're
it.
an Olympic athlete, and you fought in the UFC, and you're a one FC champion, and your most lucrative payday was against Jake Paul in a
YouTube boxing sensation?
Triller boxing match.
Yeah, but if you look at it from the perspective,
When you're a wrestler,
if you look at it from the perspective of it being a great concert, with a couple fights.
it was a really good concert. You got to see Ice Cube perform, I think.
Oh, I didn't watch it.
Snoop Dogg, I think,
I
performed.
couldn't even watch it fight.
Oh, Justin Bieber performed.
Justin Bieber
Justin Bieber
performed.
performed.
And
Did you watch the whole fight?
I watched
The whole thing?
most of it.
Other fighters?
Yes.
How were those fights?
Frank Mir fought a boxer. That was good.
Okay.
I don't know the names of the other guys.
I don't understand why he doesn't just go fight somebody who's actually a trained boxer.
Because
There's also a fine line between, because people are saying go fight a professional boxer.
then he'll get hit.
Yeah, but
He's
there's-
3 fights deep and hasn't been hit.
He's 3. No, that's
He's not Floyd Mayweather.
Don't talk about his career
he's
like
not. He's not Floyd Mayweather. Yet he still hasn't been hit.
It's funny, that's true.
It's not because his master defense.
Yeah, but this is the thing, though. Everyone keeps saying he has to go fight a professional boxer.
He doesn't even have to fight a professional boxer. He just has to fight a boxer.
That's what I'm saying.
An amateur
he doesn't need
boxer.
to be professional. It could just be another guy who's starting to become a boxer.
Ben Askren was fucked the second he walked in that ring. The second they introduced him as Ben Askew, he didn't even say his name right. They didn't say his name right.
Yeah, but the problem is that he has too big of an ego now, and he's gonna pick another person who doesn't box, and he's gonna win.
He got
And then he's gonna go 4-0.
He got a TKO on a wrestler and then dropped to the ground, like praying.
Well, this is what actually happened. He went into the post-fight interview. He's like, "Okay, ask me some questions, guys. Do you think you're gonna fight a professional
He
boxer
said
next?"
dumb questions or whatever.
Hey, please, no dumb questions.
Yeah, he said no dumb questions.
Really?
That's a dumb question. Of course, I'm not gonna fight a boxer.
All I'm gonna say is that when I get famous on YouTube, I'm gonna start being a professional cricket player.
Yeah,
and
but
I'm only gonna face
The only thing worse than Jake Paul fighting non-boxers is all the guys that don't box that think they can beat Jake Paul.
the entire world.
What did Nate Robinson have to do?
Well, this is the thing. Nate Robinson.
Nate Robinson is the worst boxer I've ever seen in my life. And he's trying to convince people
you
to
want to
train
run into punches
with their
before.
chin first.
But the thing is that if he wants to fight somebody, he should fight somebody who has at least one single decent boxing match.
But they
Just
don't
one
wanna
amateur
him.
fight.
They do. Everyone wants to fight.
Just one amateur
Actual
fight.
professional.
Just I swear to God, just walk into a boxing gym and fight one guy. It doesn't have to be Nate Robinson. It doesn't have to be. He started off with Deji.
Yeah, but that I didn't even watch that fight, but I can't imagine.
That was probably the closest fight, though.
But this is people think that he's gonna get knocked out and everything, but this guy, first of all, he trains literally all day long.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Ben Askren and these guys, they're not boxers. He's only boxed for 3 years. Jake Paul daily,
That's what
every
I'm saying.
single day.
He's
a professional boxer now.
He's actually boxed and trained properly. And now he's at the point where he's actually capable of fighting. And then the only people he picks to fight are people who have absolutely no idea to fight. And then the craziest part is everyone on the internet's like, so what are you thinking of, not doubting my boy? I'm going to stop doubting your boy when he actually fights someone who knows how to fight.
This is the thing, though, is he's done it in the perfect sport.
Of course.
He couldn't have trained soccer for 3 years straight and then beat Lionel Messi in a 1v1. He couldn't have trained only basketball for 3 years and then dunked on LeBron. It's not going to happen. But in fighting, he can train himself to do that.
And no one watches boxing anymore.
And it's one of the most broken sports. You can get a pro boxing license by just applying to it. Literally. That's how they have bought. These are all sanctioned fights. These are actual pro fights, and not a single pro boxer in the ring.
I don't know.
I don't know how Ben Askren honestly convinced himself he was going to win that fight. When I saw him in there,
in all the interviews, he was saying, "Listen, I know I'm not a good boxer, but I think he's worse."
Yeah, I know, but within 30 seconds, or within not 30 seconds, it was over. Within 3 seconds of that fight, I said he's fucked.
Yeah, he's not gonna make it. But you know what? What can you do? This guy's making $1 million plus a fight. He's not doing anything. This guy's literally just playing around for fun in the gym with a boxing coach professionally, and then he's scrolling through a list of people who have never fought before. And he's like, "This guy's 45 years old, 300 pounds, hasn't done anything in a year." That's the fight.
I'd like to see Dana White versus Jake Paul in a boxing match. That's the next one.
I think that there's another fight coming up.
Oh, Jake Paul or Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather. So you got the one brother fighting non-boxers, and the other brother is going to fight the greatest boxer of all time, 50-0.
Yeah, but he's not the greatest. He's the greatest defensive boxer of all time.
He is pound for pound the greatest fighter of all time.
Well, Logan Paul's going to beat him.
And Logan Paul is about a foot taller than him, and is still not going to land a punch.
I think that's a good matchup, though.
That's a good matchup.
You got the king of.
You got the one that filmed the guy in Japan hanging from a tree,
versus the guy who trained his entire life.
And then the professional boxer. I think Jake Paul should fight Floyd Mayweather next.
They are.
Yeah, I know they're gonna fight. They want to fight.
And then I think he should fight my grade 8 math.
Yeah, and that's the next fight after he loses that. He also wants to fight Conor McGregor in a boxing match. Conor McGregor can actually box, though.
Didn't he say no?
I don't know.
He didn't respond. I think that what should happen is that if he keeps wanting to fight MMA boxers, I think he should fight them in an MMA octagon.
If he fought Ben Askren in an MMA cage, he would have been dead a minute in. He would have been dead 10 seconds in. It would have not even been a competition.
Yeah, because he's going to grapple him.
He would have gotten taken down and mauled on for about 5 seconds before they stopped the fight.
Yeah, but I think that the thing I'm looking most forward to within the next year, whenever the fight happens, is Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul. Yeah. I don't think anything in sports history is going to be as impactful.
I think that's going to be the greatest fight in sports history. They haven't even promoted it yet.
But this is the thing. I don't understand I can't tell if they are so ignorant to truly believe that
they think they can beat Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
After Jake Paul won that fight, Logan Paul took the video and shared it on Instagram and tagged Floyd Mayweather saying, "You seen this?" There's 50 fights you can see of Floyd Mayweather.
50 seconds of him throwing 3 punches.
And there's 50 fights you can throw of Floyd Mayweather footage at Logan Paul for.
I mean, at the end of the day, I can't tell if it's... I literally cannot tell... This is how good they are at what they're doing. I can't tell if it's an act and they truly know that they're doing just nonsense.
Jake Paul's the greatest boxer of all time.
I
firmly believe that.
Or I can't tell if they're so delusional to believe that after training for 3 years, they're good enough to fight whoever on the
Floyd Mayweather has been retired for 3 years. As long as their career has been in boxing, he's been retired.
I don't think Floyd should have taken this fight, period. But
Floyd Mayweather got a hair transplant and a beard transplant. And he looks completely different.
Why are you outing him?
This is going to be the very first fight he's ever had with hair. That's on record.
That's good, though, because he can go like this.
That's on record. He's the very first fight he's ever had with a full head of hair and a beard.
So he's probably going to lose then?
Yes.
He's going to win.
That's it.
Why is he going to win?
Because he'll have the hair for it.
Yeah, but that's wind resistance. Every punch he throws now, the wind comes through that hair.
Jake Paul honestly was throwing like haymakers. I feel like if you had a half decent sense of boxing, you could have just
Well, this is the thing though. Everyone who is in the MMA and who watched Ben Askren fight, they repeatedly said that he's not.
That Ben Askren is the greatest boxer of all time.
He's not a good striker, so I don't understand.
He's the worst striker in MMA.
But this is the thing. The Paul brothers fan base is like predominantly young kids and teenagers.
It's pro boxers. It's legends of the sport.
It's referees.
It's Al Heyman, Michael Buffer.
And the thing is that these guys, they go and they literally go on the internet and they go, "What'd you expect? Jake Paul's the best fighter that's ever existed."
By far. He's the most technically skilled fighter I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, when it comes to
he hasn't been hit in 3 fights. You can't deny the facts. He hasn't been hit. Floyd Mayweather got hit.
But the thing is that makes me the most upset is honestly just their attitudes. They believe that they're going They're going into these rings. They honest to God think that they're the greatest things. That's ever
They know.
boxed.
They know.
They do think that.
They know they're the greatest boxers, greatest things I've ever.
But
been
could
on
it be
the planet.
true?
Yes.
Could it be true that they're the best?
Jake Paul's the greatest boxer of all time.
After 3 years, no.
In history, he's the best boxer in history.
What you talking
Put him
about?
up against a prime Muhammad Ali, and Jake Paul wins 10 out of 10 times.
You know, there is this story that Mike Tyson told me, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
No, but I
When I
think
was on
that
hot boxing with Mike Tyson.
the way they're matching up is they're basically, it's almost as if you put like a child against Mike Tyson. You're putting people who have absolutely no experience, who have no idea what they're doing.
Well, it's because people think this guy was famous on YouTube. He doesn't actually know how to box, but he has $20 million to buy the best trainers on the planet, train 18 hours a day.
Literally, that's what he does.
And for 3 years, and you think you're going to come up. There's people on Twitter going, put me in there.
Any MMA
You would get killed.
Any MMA player, any MMA athlete saying put him in the ring with Jake Paul, and if they've never boxed before, I don't understand why they're talking. Just because you can grapple and this and jiu-jitsu, blah, 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 it doesn't mean that you are going to get into the ring and you're going to beat someone who's practiced striking for 3 years.
The second worst striker in MMA right now, just call Jake Paul out, Dylan Dennis. He's just a touch better than Ben Askren. He's the next fight.
He is?
He's going to be the next fight for sure. He's the second worst striker in MMA history.
And this makes me so upset because now he's going to get that win. Obviously, he's going to get that win.
He's going to keep winning until he fights he's probably he would be probably like bottom tier pro fighter, but he's still pro boxer right now, or mid to top amateur.
He has to do amateur fights.
Yeah, he has to, but he's not going to. He's the greatest.
I don't
boxer.
even care who he fights next.
His
As long
brother's
as they've
fighting
had
Floyd
at least
Mayweather.
one professional fight before in a boxing ring.
It's not going to happen though. There's a chance that he loses that.
I want to see Jake Paul fight Logan Paul.
One time,
Logan Paul wins that fight 10 out of 10 times.
I think he'd win.
Logan Paul's huge.
Logan Paul is actually like he's
But
in
he
shape.
hasn't been training.
It doesn't matter. When he was a kid, he used to be. There's
Wrestler.
wrestling videos. He was a great wrestler.
He's a great fighter.
He's a great wrestler.
But
He's
wrestling
athletic.
is different than boxing.
Jake Paul is a fat little blob when he started doing this boxing thing.
Yeah, he's not anymore.
I mean, he's still not in the best shape you could. If you train every day,
Compared to Ben Askren, he's a fucking superhuman.
if you train every single day for 3 years and you look like that,
Francis Ngannou trained for like 3 years and then got an MMA title shot. He was a real athlete.
this is the thing though. Jake Paul is at the point where when Mike Tyson went to the zoo, he saw an ape in the cage and he said, "Let me fight the ape."
Yeah, exactly.
Jake Paul is at that point where he because he keeps beating people who don't fight, he literally thinks that ape is nothing.
He thinks he's the greatest fighter of all time. He's convinced himself.
Yes, and I can't tell if it's an actor, if it's real.
But he's making millions of dollars doing it, so why would you change it? There's no risk of him going in there and losing, and he gets $1 million paycheck every time.
It's over that for sure.
Plus all the sponsorship deals and all the attention.
Oh, but
he
this
gets.
is way worse now.
This was
what I'm talking
1.5 million pay-per-view buys. That's bigger than any George St. Pierre fight in history.
about. GSP baby.
Yeah, and put him against George St. Pierre.
GSP was in a movie.
GSP has
GSP
been in a
was
lot of
we
stuff.
watched a movie with George St. Pierre. Remember I told you?
No.
Okay, he was on an airplane. I don't remember. It was very recent. But there's
Jake
a
Paul
worse
is on
fight.
an
There's a worse fight coming.
Is it the YouTuber versus TikToker?
Oh, the TikTok YouTuber one. That's gonna be the greatest fight. I want to see
I
Tanner
wanna
Fox
watch
fight.
that.
Do you know what this is like? This is like every hood ratchet girl in the world, like the Castro Side girl. This is like all of them getting famous for
She's
some
an entrepreneur millionaire.
for getting famous for something random and then becoming a rapper. And somehow
Whoa, Vicky.
Whoa, Vicky. Who else is there?
Daniela Bergoli.
Who's that?
I don't know. Catch Me Outside.
Oh, that's her real name. Cash Me Outside. How about that? Yeah, she made $1 million in 6 hours off
I know.
OnlyFans.
It's incredible that the amount of pedophiles there are waiting around until someone turns 18.
It's crazy because they were literally waiting. They were literally waiting
for 4 years.
They were like waiting until
36 years old, and he waited 4 years.
They were waiting until the day it happened for them to buy $1 million off of OnlyFans.
Yeah, I want to know the average age of people buying that. 42 years old.
I'd love to look at the demographic.
35 years old.
There has to be just like so many old people.
OnlyFans is for weird people in general.
I don't know why you would buy something you can easily get for free off of almost any website.
Because they want to message the people and they feel like they're really close with them. They pay to message them, and then they think they're friends or that they're dating this person.
What do you think of OnlyFans? Are you gonna be hopping on the train anytime soon?
No. Definitely not.
If I was a young good-looking girl
that had no future and no family.
You know what? She said it herself. She's a millionaire entrepreneur.
Yeah, by definition.
She is a. I don't know what her music went. She's a.
I don't know, but shout out to Dr. Phil for making that happen.
She's a fantastic rapper.
Yeah, she's a great rapper.
She probably paid her mom back. I think the reason she got famous in the first place is because she hit her mom. So who are your favorite entrepreneurs? Who are your favorite entrepreneurs? When you think of them, it's instant success. These people are my idols. I wish I could be them.
Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk,
No.
and Steve Jobs.
Okay.
There you go.
Just kidding, Michelle Obama. I changed my mind. Michelle Obama.
Daniela
Michelle
Bergoli.
Obama. I don't know if she would be
Kim Kardashian's on the list, and then the last one.
Jake Paul.
Who's the YouTuber that stole the money during the CS:GO Lotto thing?
Oh,
that's a good entrepreneur.
Oh, I remember that.
Stole like
What
a couple
is
$1 million
that?
from a bunch of people.
They had this thing where it was like a gambling site for this.
Was it Syndicate?
I don't know. It was for a game.
T
And
Martin.
basically, you would put a bunch of virtual items, and you basically bet them in hopes of getting more virtual items.
And someone stole?
Yeah,
And-
they just scammed a bunch of
And
people.
everything that was in there, he took. He stole it.
How long ago was this?
5 years
A
ago.
long time ago.
What?
I barely remember it
Okay.
at
How
all.
about this? Who's the greatest gamer of all time? Wings of Redemption?
The greatest gamer of all time.
Wings of Redemption.
Who's that kid that won the Fortnite thing?
Like the $1 million or something? Or who-
Booga?
Ninja?
No, dude, it's Booga, I think.
I don't know who that is.
Booga's the best gamer that's ever lived.
Okay. Wings of Redemption's my pick.
Wings of Redemption? He is a good pick. He has longevity in the game.
Yeah, it's
It's one of the
12,
greatest
15 years so
Call
far.
of Duty careers I've ever seen in my entire life.
You gotta. That's one of the most influential Call of Duty careers of all time.
Oh, I mean, as far as gameplay and
As far as
absolute skill
athletes go, he
athleticism for sure.
he has a lot of athleticism for a gamer. Because now we're calling okay. There you go. Our gamers athletes, esports. They want to be called athletes, and they want to be in the Olympics.
I think it's a simple decision. Yes, they're
I
athletes.
think look at Wings of Redemption, and that answers the question.
I mean, he's
Absolutely, they're
He's
athletes.
an athlete.
Oh, another topic.
No, because chess, in my opinion, is one of the best sports
Chess.
in the world.
Okay. But is esports so? It's a mental sport, but it's not it's not a physical sport.
Well, what is the definition of a sport?
Well, in the definition terms, it's a sport because it's a competition.
Well, then I mean, there
It's
you go.
not a sport though.
What is the actual?
You can't go
definition
who's
of
the greatest
sport?
athletes of
Google
all time.
what is the actual definition of sport.
You can't say who's the greatest athlete of all time. Is it LeBron James, Tiger Woods, Ninja? Ninja said he was the best athlete. He said it in basketball. You're just playing
because,
basketball.
I think that maybe it's a sport. It's not. They're not athletes.
Yeah, but Ninja said that in Fortnite you have to build and do all this stuff at the same time. It's the most athletic thing going.
Okay, but is he
Okay,
building
John
with his
Deere.
hands?
Yeah, probably.
I
Is
see.
he the
Well, I guess
definition
Yeah, he's
of
a
sport?
hammer.
Yeah, I guess physically he's not building.
He's one of the fastest
What is
framers
sport?
in
Yeah.
history.
Definition of a sport: an activity involving physical exertion
Okay, it's
and
not a sport.
skill in which an individual or team competes against
It's
another
not a sport.
or others for entertainment.
So then it's
Just
not-
because you sweat playing it doesn't mean it's a sport.
Yeah, it's not a sport then.
It's
You
not a
Google
sport.
the definition of an athlete.
If there's sports that are not in the Olympics that are real sports, like there's sports that are not in the Olympics. MMA is not in the Olympics.
Athlete:
Yeah,
a person
you
who
saying,
is
Bud? That's one of the
proficient
most-
in sports and other forms of physical exercise.
oh, just piggybacks on it. So, if
So,
it's a sport,
so you
then
tell
they're
me Ninja's not an athlete?
If I had to put my money on whether or not he was an athlete, I would have to say absolutely. He's
His-
one of the greatest athletes.
His wrestling heart rate's probably 110 or something. He's not an athlete.
Oh my god.
Just because he's skinny doesn't mean on the inside he's not like Wings of Redemption.
I don't think people are gonna know who Wings Redemption is.
Wings of Redemption has.
He's a global icon.
He's a global icon.
Yeah, he's a global icon.
Okay,
but-
do people know who EDP 445 is?
Nope.
Do you know who EDP 445 is?
No.
Okay, well he's a really famous YouTuber with a few million subscribers that just got outed as a pedophile.
Oh, he was the one who was gonna meet the kid.
13 years old.
Yep.
What?
You didn't see the
Some
video though, did you?
YouTuber, no, I didn't.
In the video he said, they said, what are you here for? He said, she said she was gonna bake me a cupcake and I was gonna go straight home. And he said, how far do you live? It was a 30-minute drive there. So he drove 30 minutes an hour round trip to pick up a cupcake and go home. He said.
Now he
I
just has to,
do not believe him.
no. Now he just has to convince the jury that cupcake
Yeah,
was
that-
worth a
That
30-minute
cupcake
drive.
was good.
Yeah, but you know what? At the end of the day,
He's a
there's
YouTuber
probably
that
100
called
more
out Wings of
YouTubers
Redemption.
like that.
He called out Wings of Redemption.
I think that there's a bunch of YouTubers.
So
like
Wings of Redemption took that down.
He's not even the first one.
No, he's not even the.
I know
100th
there's
one.
been other YouTubers like that.
Yeah, Shane Dawson or
For
whatever.
the pedophile
Shane
accusation?
Glosson, dude.
Isn't Shane Dawson? Didn't he?
Can you keep
called
Shane
out?
Glosson's
Not
name
for
out your mouth?
pedophile stuff. He didn't
No,
get
he
caught.
did. It's
He
because
did.
he was being all crazy with Willow Smith and all that.
No, and his cousin or whatever, his like little sister too.
Oh my
I don't
god,
know.
I don't even know.
I don't know what it was. It's like stepsister or something. He was like telling her to do weird
Shane
stuff on
Dawson.
camera.
Shane Dawson's not. I don't think he's making videos anymore.
He's
He
not.
had like 12 million subscribers before that happened though.
Ali
A
loved her.
lot.
Ali
I
loved
his
him.
videos.
Well, I mean, some of us.
James Charles is in a pedophile scandal.
James
right now.
Charles.
James
just got
Charles
demonetized.
is a complete pedophile.
James
He got-
Charles just got demonetized.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
Good.
everything?
Yeah, done.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
know,
for
so nobody
pedophile
put
stuff.
out an
I don't know
apology.
why he got demonetized, but
Because there's
for
another
pedophile
pedophile
stuff.
thing.
He said on that podcast, I think maybe Logan Paul's podcast, he said,
who?
James Charles said that some people said they couldn't meet up with him or whatever, and he said because they're in high school, so he'd fly them to his house. He said that on a podcast, like something along those lines,
Oh my god! Imagine having all that success
and being that dumb,
and being that stupid.
and also having all that success and then messaging 15-year-olds at high schools.
Oh yeah, the whole thing was that he was grooming people.
You know what
I
I'll
thought
say?
you denied it.
Well, he can deny all he
I mean,
wants.
and I think a lot of people in jail still deny what they did.
Yeah,
You
but
can
if
deny it
he's
as
saying
much as
that
you
in
want.
a podcast that he's flying people out, that's not denying it.
Well, I mean,
He might be denying
He
the
slipped
details
up.
of it. Yeah, maybe he slipped up.
Oh, that's a huge mistake.
a little bit.
All
But
the
like, okay,
YouTubers-
but this is the thing. They're talking to 14, 15-year-old high schoolers. Maybe everyone's high school is different, but nobody kept secrets in high school. There's no secrets being kept in
Yeah,
high
there's
school.
none. Unless he paid them.
I don't care how much money he's paying them. They're going to also brag about that.
That's true.
They got $100,000 to go fly.
All
out
your
to
favorite
James Charles.
YouTubers are getting canceled. James Charles, Shane Glosson, that girl, Gabby Hanna.
She's in a scandal, right? Not a scandal, a controversy right now, actually.
Well,
What is it?
So she put out a poetry book like a little while ago, and then it's called Adultolescence. So it's written from the perspective of her and her childhood trauma. And then this girl made
I hear a lot of
like a
background noise right now.
parody about it.
It's not picking it up? Okay.
Just making sure.
This girl made a parody about it called Dogolescence, making the same poetry book but from the perspective of a dog. And then there's just a whole bunch of controversy around it.
Dog lessons?
Dogolescence.
I don't understand.
What's the controversy
What
there?
is the controversy?
Is this a controversy
I don't
in
know
a
enough
book club?
about it, but basically, she denied that she like copied her idea of like writing it from her perspective, but from a dog compared to herself when she was younger, and then
So it's book club drama.
yeah, basically, or like.
I hate Gabby Hanna.
But then there's other stuff about music because Gabby also makes music now, and then this other girl started making music as well with the same ideas as Gabby, but she's denying that she used her ideas.
Okay, so on that,
I don't know anything about Gabby Hanna. I hate that woman.
what about
Oh my god.
there's that one that's like the guy that's like James Charles. I forget his name.
Patrick Starr.
Patrick
Ooh.
Starr. He's in
Oh,
a
not
scandal
Patrick
too, isn't he?
Really?
I thought
What
he
about
was.
Jeffree Star?
Jeffree
Oh,
Star. That's,
Jeffree
Star.
that's the guy.
Patrick Starr is
Starr's
from
SpongeBob.
It's definitely not him.
No, Is it Patrick
Patrick
Star?
Starr is a black guy, I think.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
Patrick Starr is a black guy.
yeah, he's a
In
makeup
what?
artist.
He's a makeup guy.
No, I'm talking about Jeffree Star though.
Yeah, Jeffree Star got into a
Jeffrey
huge
Dahmer?
car accident.
Oh, I thought he was in a drama.
You know what's crazy? In the last 2 years, I've heard of more rappers and YouTubers getting
Getting killed
and car accidents.
and getting killed. Tiger Woods' car accident. He had somewhere to be. He was going like double the posted speed
No,
limit.
3 times the speed limit.
3 times. Well, because sometimes you got to go somewhere. He had to go to the
He
washroom. or
obviously had a
something.
young lassie.
He obviously
He had a
said-
young
Oh,
lassie.
young
He
lad.
Yeah,
obviously
young
had to go
lassie.
number 2, and
What's that mean?
he had to go number 2.
He had to go number 2.
He had to go to the washroom. He didn't want to hit a public washroom, and he had to get home as soon as he could.
I think that I don't understand why people feel bad for these people after they get into a car accident going like 300 miles an hour. Like, it's like,
And he did it in a Hyundai.
What? No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was a Hyundai.
was a
the
Hyundai?
new Genesis
Oh,
SUV.
that's not
Which
a
is
Hyundai
it's
anymore. That's
okay.
a
It's
Genesis.
like a Lexus is still a Toyota.
If you don't know what you're talking about, don't talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. It's a completely different car, right?
Oh, They keep getting in the car accidents. I don't
Yeah,
feel
they're
bad
also
about
keep
that.
dying. DMX died.
Yeah, but DMX died because of he's just been. It's not been a good ride for him.
Well,
was
it
drugs.
hasn't. But there's also been like what,
Yeah, but
15 rappers in the past year that died during COVID.
Yeah, I don't know what their problem is. They need to go get some mental health. You know what they're saying, actually? This is crazy. This is only applicable to the ones not making money, but they're saying that...
So 99.9% of them.
They're saying that why aren't labels giving their artists health benefits?
Not enough money.
I mean, it makes
Why?
sense.
Why are labels making $20 million on an album and then paying the artist $150K,
I don't understand.
and then giving the artist a car, a Rolls Royce, to make it look like they pay him really good?
It's crazy. They give them that car and they give them these jewels, but then they can't pay the insurance and they can't pay for anything
Yeah, they can't
else.
pay anything.
So then they have to give the car away. Or it's a lease. But this is the big problem. The big problem is that, I mean, 99% of them aren't making money. I guess it would make sense for them to get health benefits.
You're telling me 99% of people on SoundCloud don't make money?
They're not signed by a label. They're not signed by a label.
SoundCloud rappers are the future. It's the TikTok of 5 years from now.
No, dude. SoundCloud was going to shut down like 2 or 3 times.
Okay, and give it 2 or 3 years, and what TikTok is now, there's gonna be SoundCloud rappers. So instead of these TikTok videos, there's gonna be guys dropping executive produced albums.
Well, you know what the craziest transition is in the music industry? TikTok being the main means of advertisement.
No, okay, this is actually a big topic. Why is TikTok as big as it is and Vine died?
That's what I was talking to her about.
I don't know the difference.
What is the difference?
Vine was the best, dude.
primarily
Ryan Silva.
The number of seconds.
Ryan Silva, Gratata guy.
Oh,
You don't know who that is?
I know the.
He's a
Russian-
superstar. He's
Yeah.
still a superstar.
That guy was actually a legend. That guy definitely has some problems.
No. I just don't.
What
Why,
is the
okay, so,
difference?
why are there TikTok people on TikTok making like $20 million a year, and then there's the Vine? If you're top of Vine, you made it like
Because Vine
$1
was
million a year.
happening when social media wasn't like hella popping. yet.
2015.
I don't remember.
I
man.
get it was like 2015.
But what is the difference? The difference is that it was 6-second cap.
Yeah.
What's
And
TikTok?
TikTok is max like a
as much as
minute.
you want.
It's a minute.
It's
Oh.
a minute? Is that
maybe
more than
longer.
that?
Okay, but TikTok dances are stupid.
That's
Yeah.
an understatement.
That's Vine at least had
This is the thing.
Vine.
TikTok
Vine was harder to
dances.
be good at.
Because
Vine was more comedy. TikTok's more dance.
Vine,
TikTok existed.
if you could make someone laugh in 6 seconds, you're pretty damn good at what you did. And that's
Yeah,
why those
but-
guys are still super. Now they're just YouTube famous.
yeah, but the Logan Paul, he started on TikTok.
Yeah, he was a
I
huge
mean, not
TikToker
Vine.
or a huge Vine
With
guy.
TikTok, you know, TikTok existed at the same time. It was called Musically.
Yeah, it's
Musically
dead,
was
though.
different though,
Musically was bought and turned into TikTok, I think.
but there was a different.
Okay,
type
what's
of
Thriller?
videos.
What's what?
Thriller.
I don't know.
Thriller's coming up.
I've never
popping
used.
out.
I don't even know.
Thriller is like TikTok,
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
It's another video format.
but it's another. I think it's more dancing.
We don't need more dancing. We need less dancing.
We need less dancing. That's why Vine was nice. You couldn't
Wait,
dance
is
in
it
6
Thriller
seconds.
or Triller?
It might be Triller.
Triller is the
I think-
fight thing. Oh wait, was that?
It might be
that's the
Triller.
thing?
Yeah, they're,
I think it's
yeah,
Oh my
Triller.
god, dude.
yeah. They've got like these guys on there. They're doing fight cards now. I think that's them. It might be Thriller. I don't know. I don't know if it's different.
I know a
Thriller,
YouTuber
Triller.
who's starting to make cooking videos on.
Well, now Snapchat's
Triller.
dying.
Yeah, Snapchat's gone.
I don't know why every
Snapchat's
social.
been dying.
Yeah, but in 2 years, there's going to be something that replaces it. That's going to be the
Well, the
biggest
reason
thing
it's
ever,
dying-
and the only difference is going to be that like the pictures stay.
The reason it's
gonna be, like,
dying
a
is
minimal
because Instagram made Snapchat on their platform.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
who wants to go on Instagram all the time?
Everybody.
No.
Everybody, dude.
Snapchat, the conveniency was nice.
Snapchat sucked. I didn't like Snapchat to begin with. The whole disappearing thing, the texting
Oh, okay.
through it.
You know what
was
replaced?
wow.
You know what replaced? OnlyFans replaced Snapchat's private stories that people were selling,
Yeah, they did.
and now it's
Yeah, see now look, now you understand why it's dying. That part of it was taken to
Yeah, and then
the
the
main part was
Instagram
taken
one.
by Instagram and took the other part.
well, what part does Snapchat still have? You can track people on it. You can't track people on Instagram. You can be a stalker.
So the next big app is going to be GPS location.
Yeah, it's gonna be send your location.
It's just going to be
But
there's an app.
texts can do that. Send locations. and
No,
stuff.
but I want it live. Like
I
I
want
want
that
to
live. I want to be able to
I wanna-
drive around
I
and
wanna-
find
yeah, I
someone.
want to
So you
open
wanna
up the
stalk
app.
If someone
people.
lies about where they are, I want to drive and
There
see
you go.
them.
I want to open up my app and say, okay, he's across the freeway from me. I'm gonna go to his house quickly.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, he's moving. I'm gonna follow him.
We're gonna
If you
follow
wanna
him and
become a
catch a
stalker.
felony.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
A stalking felony.
I don't want to have to say, hey, send me your location.
Gotcha.
Send it.
I want to just know where they are.
You want to surprise people.
Surprise.
Yeah, but okay, so all these apps are dying. YouTube, Facebook is still about as, it's not as popular as it's ever been, but Facebook's still
No,
It's
Facebook
still the
is
biggest
popular
thing.
now because the late adoption of the older generations.
Yeah, for 40,
Okay.
50s.
But
They-
Facebook
the-
is still very
The
popular.
pioneers of Facebook have moved, and now old
They've
people.
moved on.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
YouTube is just as big as it ever has been, though.
YouTube is bigger than anything.
People are saying it's starting to die out.
I don't think so.
I don't think YouTube will ever die out.
I don't. As long as people keep pumping content onto there, there's no reason for it to die out unless they make it so you have to pay. Then
Even
it'll die.
then.
No, then it'll die.
No,
YouTube
because
has-
cable TV is getting replaced by Netflix, and it's not
Yeah, but
everybody
this
wants
is
to
why,
watch
because
Netflix.
as soon as they start charging for use, a new platform will open up that doesn't charge, and they'll make that.
Yeah,
money,
Vimeo.
so. Vimeo's
Vimeo is just going to take over if that ever happens. YouTube won't be the first one to charge. What's going to happen is they're going to put these ridiculous amounts of ads on, and then that'll change something. Twitch is huge now too.
Twitch is like this thing.
But-
is
but
about becoming
Twitch-
a Twitcher.
Twitch
or a Twitch
should
streamer.
be, in reality, Twitch shouldn't be as popular as it is because YouTube always has had YouTube streaming.
Yeah, but
Facebook has Facebook
I
streaming
think
now.
that it just. I think that it. I don't know if it was as fluid as Twitch.
Yeah,
is.
but this is the thing. You go on Twitch, you're on Twitch. If you're on Facebook, you on your Facebook browser, you can have the live stream in the corner, and you can be scrolling through Facebook and everything as you're going. You can't do that on Twitch.
Well, the thing is, like, I can't even imagine being a streamer. I tried for like 2 weeks. You literally
Yeah,
sit
you're
there
so
with zero
successful.
people. You sit
That was
there.
one of the most successful streaming debuts I've ever seen in my life. What, you blew up your computer, right? your computer blew up when you did it? You broke a
realized-
cooling hose off? And
I
it-
was
it fried
wondering
your
what
computer,
was
right?
going on with my computer. It was already broken up until that point,
Okay.
and then it blew up to some degree. I brought it in, and apparently we had a
For
we had a
11
liquid-
viewers.
We had a liquid
For
cooler.
11 viewers. He blew up his computer for 11
And we're back.
All right, so on Vine dying off.
You know, I'm trying to make a.
Okay, you're going to make an app and it's
I'm
going to be
making
bigger than TikTok.
No, I'm making a TikTok.
I've seen it. Had 0 views.
Yeah.
It
Start
has
from
0
the-
views.
Start from the bottom. Now we're here.
Yeah, Drake started from the bottom.
Exactly.
Okay, so if Vine is still around, though, isn't it?
No.
No.
You can't make a Vine.
Vine shut
anymore.
down.
No. It doesn't exist.
I'm surprised that TikTok
Okay,
didn't
is-
buy Vine
Well,
and then read
what is MySpace right now?
nothing.
It's music.
What are you
I
talking?
think it's music.
MySpace. There's no way.
MySpace is music.
I
There's
don't think
no free
MySpace
Vine.
exists anymore either.
MySpace is like SoundCloud.
What are you talking about?
Just watch.
There's no way.
Oh my God, MySpace exists.
And it's music, right?
That looks like news.
It looks like news.
Okay, well, I bet if you're the most popular person on MySpace, you're still making $1 million a year.
I don't know about that.
Any app, if you're the top person on any app, it seems like you are a millionaire now.
That's because the internet's full of capping.
How much you know about there's a guy making $10 million a year on Vimeo?
I have
Da-
never
Daily
watched
Motion.
a single video on that shit.
Daily Motion?
Daily Motion to me is like
Live Leak.
I don't use any of that garbage.
Oh, I don't use any of it either. I'm saying it's around though, and people do use
They're,
it.
no, they're. I don't think so.
I use Daily Motion because YouTube takes things down all the time, so Daily Motion doesn't.
World Star
Daily
Hip Hop. Wasn't that
Motion.
its own channel?
World Star
Wasn't
Hip
that
Hop is
streaming
its
platform
own
thing?
thing. World Star Fights. That's what Jake Paul stemmed on. He was a backyard fighter for years.
Kimbo
He was in the streets like
That's
Kimbo Slice.
Slice.
Kimbo Slice and Dot 5000. Remember that fight?
RFP Kimbo Slice.
You know Dot 5000, the guy he fought? And he had like his kidneys failed in the ring, and he
Yeah.
passed out.
Yeah, did he have 2 heart attacks?
And he went to the hospital. He was in there for 2 weeks. Dot 5000.
He was a black guy, right?
Yeah, I think he's talking about fighting again.
He had like 3 heart attacks while he was fighting.
His kidney failed. His
Kidney
kidneys
He
failed.
didn't stop?
It was the most.
I think at the end he fainted.
How's that even possible?
It was an incredible fight.
See, this is the thing. We had a guy having 3 heart attacks and still getting up in a backyard brawl with Kimbo
Wait, why
Slice.
did anyone let it continue?
Wait. In a backyard brawl with Kimbo Slice.
That was sanctioned.
Wait, this was in a backyard?
No. That was a world famous fight.
Oh, was that the
I think it was in.
I can't remember if it was in the backyard or was it.
No, it was in an octagon.
Oh, I think you might be right.
And then they had to pull him out on a stretcher.
Yeah, I think
Why
you're right.
did they let it continue? Like,
Because
was
that's
it-
fighting. It's the fight game.
It's the fight game.
It's the
Wait.
fight game.
We had Ben Askren get 1 punch
And that was and he wanted to keep going.
He did.
by Jake Paulson, okay?
Yeah.
This guy had 3 heart attacks.
Call him Logan Paul just to mess it up.
Jacob.
He has
Just
too
call
big
him
of an
Logan
ego.
Paul.
He literally loses it. If I was an interviewer,
They introduced Ben Askren as Ben Askew. If
And
they
he was a
introduced-
prof-
if
that
they-
was the guy.
That's
the,
one of the most famous wrestlers ever.
you know that he coined the term "Let's get ready to rumble." He made like 300 million.
Yeah, that's Michael Buffer that said that.
Yeah, Michael Buffalo.
Michael Buffer screwed that up. Imagine instead of saying Jake Paul, he said Logan Paul.
I wish
Jake would
He
have
would've
lost
fought
that
him.
fight immediately.
he would have fought him.
Yes.
No, but this is the difference between like if we had we need someone who's like that, who's gonna have 3 heart attacks and get back up. Not Ben Askren who fell out 50 seconds.
That's the thing though. He didn't fight Ben Askren. He fought Ben Askren.
Yeah.
This guy that can't get up after.
That's
the
actually
fight.
probably why he lost.
Yeah, that's why he lost. Some
God
other
damn
guy.
it. I spent my whole life savings on Ben Askren.
Because I thought Ben Askren was fighting, so I put all my money on him, and then Ben Askren showed up.
So what happened to your money?
I didn't get it. It's like betting on Logan Paul versus Ben Askren. It didn't happen, so I just lost. I just gave someone my money.
I think Logan Paul should fight Ben Askren.
Yeah, that's a good fight.
I think we should have
Because Ben proved himself as a boxer. Ben proved himself as a boxer. I think he threw one punch. And then he got in the clinch twice, and then that was it.
Well, here's the bigger question: did he get paid to dive? Because I think he did.
Like it was rigged?
Yeah.
I think it was rigged.
Everyone's saying it's rigged because it's obvious why people are saying it. He got knocked to the ground. He got back up basically right away. And
I don't think he was in on it. If anything, the
ref?
was like, this is Jake Paul.
Well, in the post,
You can't risk anything. If you get someone down, you take advantage of that and you end the fight.
Yeah. In the post-fight interview, he said that he was feeling fine. He told him he was feeling fine. He said,
Yeah, and the guy said, "You're not fine." He said, "No, you're not." And I said,
Well, the thing
"Yes,
is,
I am." And he said, "Yes, I am, dude."
he walked off the ring and he was smiling.
I know, but this is the thing. It's a knockdown. Every other fight in boxing history, you get knocked down, you get a 10 count.
seconds.
If you get up within that 10 count, you're good to go. You fight. That's how Nate Robinson got up. Nate Robinson got up and got flatlined. Maybe that's what he was saying.
Nate Robinson got up 3 times. I think the ref saw that video. And
Oh,
he's like,
that's
I
right.
can't have that.
That's what But that ref also was like real old, and boxing refs in general are pretty corrupt, and judges.
Yeah, but this is the biggest problem.
But
This guy fell down, got back up in 4 seconds, and the fight was called.
But that's what I mean. In boxing history, every single time, ever, if they get up within that 10 count, you get another chance. I don't know. And he was still, if he's telling you he's good, he's good.
But he didn't do any of like the tests where like he'll check his eyes. Nothing. He just looked
No,
at.
he said, he was like talking to him. He said, walk towards me, and he walked towards Jake Paul because he thought, yeah, he's fighting Jake Paul, not you. So.
It just doesn't make any sense to me. I think that there was some.
And I'm not saying if he got up, he was going to win that fight.
No.
It was going to end up like Nate Robinson for sure.
I mean, if he got knocked down in 50 seconds on that, and that was it. He said it didn't even hurt him. He just turned.
He said
him
it
off.
just turned. But that's the thing is that's why you get a 10 count, because sometimes if you get hit, like your legs give out or
Yeah,
something.
you get weak.
And
So
so
he
you
actually
get
like blacked out?
no.
No, like he lost.
He said he
strength
fell.
in his body.
He said it didn't hurt, but it just made him fall, so that's not good.
Yeah, there's a point in the human body where the nerves can only take so much like cumulative input.
Which is why a kidney shot will drop you.
yeah,
'cause the
there's
kidneys have
pressure
tons
points
of
in your
nerve
body
endings.
where you're pressing on so many nerves at the same time that'll make you fall. It's an overload of sensory. It's a sensory overload. I mean.
And so if you guys don't know, he has his.
Gets out.
He's a doctor. he's a.
I got
he's
my
a
MD last
surgeon.
year. No, but the thing, when people know certain, they can like do this, they can touch you here, and then you'll literally faint.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Just
That's
because
a lot of movies.
No, you can't.
He
Watch
can touch
YouTube
you here
videos
to
of
make
people
you
who
faint.
are professional. They'll hit you here, and they'll hold this, and then you'll lose consciousness
That's incredible.
because your brain can only handle so much sensory input at one time.
Wow.
That's what I learned first year.
Are they mimes as well?
I wish.
Are they, like, I don't know if that's true.
It's 100% true.
I know if you get hit in the kidneys, you drop.
I'll give you. Yeah, because it's sensory overload.
Because there's so many nerve endings. Yeah,
Sensory
I know it's sensory overload. I just
Yeah.
don't know if you press on my arm, I'm gonna
No,
pass
but
out.
you gotta find the pressure points where the nerve endings are. But anyway, it doesn't matter. This is why there's a 10 count, because people fall down sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's called it's called a knockdown for a
Yeah,
reason.
you can't
Another
just call
thing,
it a fight.
it's a knockout. It's not. He was. If you're knocked out, you don't get up before you've even fallen. He got up before he fell.
He got up. He was cognizant. He seemed like he knew what he was
Put his
doing.
arms up right away.
After the fight, he was walking around smiling.
That's why it has to be rigged.
That's what
And he's
people are saying.
in the post-fight press conference, he was fine. He
There's no
wasn't
way it's
slurring
not.
his
Nothing.
speech.
He didn't even. He looked completely fine. Like
He's not concussed.
No.
Like, that's a pretty early way to call a fight, but that's what I mean. They're protecting Jake Paul. He got this guy knocked down. You might as well end the fight, and now he can go on to make another $2 million against another non-fighter.
Yeah, I know. But do you know what the highlight of the fight is?
Justin
Highlight
Bieber.
of the fight.
That's
the
your highlight.
commentators.
The commentators were awful.
The,
Yeah,
the
they
commentators,
were,
I'm gonna come.
Biased.
He said that.
This is a boxing match.
He
dude.
said that.
This is a boxing match.
Pete Davidson said that. I
Oh,
think.
he was funny.
Pete Davidson's the one that said that, though.
Pete Davidson's a funny guy, but I mean, like the whole thing, it just wasn't a boxing.
I'm never in a
match.
box. But the thing is, if Jake Paul wants to be a legit boxer, he can't be signed to Triller. He's got to be signed to a boxing
No,
promoter.
but no, this is what I was getting to. The biggest highlight of the fight for me was when they had Dixie or Charlie D'Amelio.
Both.
Oh,
Charlie
both.
and Dixie.
handing the
belt.
award.
That belt. You know they got that Dollarama. My
I
part,
don't know.
I work at Dollarama, so I knew I gave him the
Yeah,
belt.
yeah, a long time ago he was the manager though, so
Yeah, I run
he was
the
a
operation.
manager, so he's a big
I'm head
dog.
cashier, so it's like I run the operation.
Well, not head cashier, because the regional manager is the head cashier technically.
Yeah,
you're-
I'm
you're-
like a backup.
You're the
head cashier.
location. No, but you're just the location manager.
I mean, I run it.
Either way you look at it, yeah.
You can look at whatever way you want. The truth of the fact is, I run it.
Yeah. Now the thing is why they're making Jake Paul with all they're fighting without any fans in the crowd. There is states you can go to with that have fans, but here's the problem: the boxing commissions in those states are not going to approve of it as a pro fight. They're going anywhere where they can get it approved as a pro fight. Where they just need one commission to sign off on it.
Yeah, well,
I don't know where this fight was. Georgia or something?
I have no idea.
No idea.
Well,
They had every celebrity in the entire world there, basically, just doing nothing.
yeah, I don't know why you'd want to be there.
I don't
watching that.
understand. This is the problem. This is the main root problem of him. He is not making fights. He's making
The
spectacles.
greatest fights.
He's making spectacles. It's just music,
Yeah.
celebrities, nonsense.
But look at WWE. Look how popular WWE is. There's 40-year-olds that are wearing tap-out shirts still. They're still wearing tap-out shirts because
But
the show sucked them in when they were teenagers, and for 25 years.
But this is the thing. The
It's the
WWE is an entertainment. It's
Yeah, but it used to be the Federation.
It's fake.
It started off as the Federation, though.
So you're telling me Jake Paul is gonna turn boxing into
Yes.
WWE?
Because for some reason nobody actually cares about boxing anymore, so now they want to make it some spectacle that it's not. So they have
Because-
concerts. Why is there concerts?
Yeah, I don't know.
And nobody wanted to see Justin Bieber perform.
It's just a huge clout.
Nobody
like,
wanted to see
train.
anybody perform. I want to see
No.
fights.
This is the problem. Typically, the people who are going to be watching a boxing fight are not going to be the same people who want to hear Justin Bieber saying "baby."
Not a single person that is a boxing fan bought that pay-per-view.
But the fans of like Jake
Yeah,
Paul.
the fans of Jake Paul.
would
This is the
want
problem.
to see-
This is why there's an
How
inherent.
many are those?
Apparently, 1.5
A
million.
lot of 13-year-olds. I think a lot of people wanted to see him get knocked out, but
It's a mixed bag.
they thought Ben Askren was some sort of boxer. But the thing is, people keep using the thing as like he's a fighter. But I could be a skier. It doesn't mean I'm good at snowboarding. I go down hills on things. I'm not that good at it.
Yeah.
I can also be. I drive a car. I don't know how good I am at Formula One racing. I don't think I'd be very good. It's a different discipline of fighting.
It's. I mean, if you just look at fighting in general, there's so many different disciplines you can go, and you train your whole entire life to be good at them.
Yeah.
Just because you wrestle
Tang Sudo, man.
doesn't mean
The most
that if
powerful.
you practice for a while, you're gonna be good at boxing. It's completely different, and that's why all these Jake Paul fans, they trigger me so much because they keep saying, how many more fights does he have to win to prove he's one of the best boxers?
He needs to win at least one against a boxer.
It's
He
like
needs
one-
to actually do one
he
boxing
has to
match.
fight one boxing match. Otherwise, he's not a
If
boxer.
I go and fight like a 86-year-old man on the sidewalk, I'm not gonna go walking around saying I'm one of the best street fighters. I'm like Kimbo Slice.
He is doing that.
I'm not like Kimbo Slice. If I go out to a school playground and fight someone and say I'm Kimbo, the best street fighters of all time are me and Kimbo Slice.
I wish I could. I honest to God wish I could talk to Jake Paul and behind a closed door and
Call
see.
him up.
I mean, I lost his number.
Call him up.
I used to be big on Vine, dude. You would never know because
I
it's
was
gone. But,
a million.
but this is what I'm saying. I want to
called it.
see how serious he takes himself behind closed doors.
I think
Very
very
seriously.
Did you hear what he does for his trainings? And
No.
he sleeps in like a.
Oh, this nonsense. I don't believe that this is
what's
true.
the
Oh, I know a guy that used to be at the top of
Not
mountains for 2
atmosphere.
weeks and not eat
Yeah.
and then train.
He sleeps in
Yeah.
one of those to make his lungs like. I don't know.
What is the
Oh,
point?
hyperbaric chamber?
Yeah, he does. He does
Yeah.
hyperbaric training. She told me this. What's the point of hyperbaric training when your fights are only 30 seconds long?
And when
They,
not
they
on
say
the
that to
mountain.
make it seem like he's more committed than he is. Me or you can go into a hyperbaric chamber, $60 an hour. We can just go to a place and say we go hyperbaric training every single day.
Oh, you know what's
I
actually
sit
crazy?
in the chamber for an hour.
Have
a
you
day.
seen the recent video of Drake
No.
shirtless?
Oh, you
I bet he
showed
looks
that.
fat.
Dude, he got so much plastic surgery. He looks like he's been working out for 20 years.
Of course. Remember we were at a basketball game Drake was at?
He's at all the Raptors.
Meet me and Drake. We hung out at the Raptors game.
This is the funny thing about Drake, though.
Nothing?
I've watched Drake's music videos and stuff for the past couple years.
15 years.
He's getting fatter. You can see it in his cheeks.
Yeah.
I can see in his face he's getting fatter. But now I saw a picture of him on Instagram in a video or whatever, and he literally looks like maybe 10% body fat.
TRT. Everyone's getting on TRT.
Everyone, even the TikTokers.
Everyone's getting on TRT.
We were talking about the TikTok fight. This is going to be the best fight of my entire life.
Tanner Fox.
I'm pretty excited about it.
I wish I could get into the ring. I will not train.
I'll
I will
get
let
into the
them
ring.
swing at me.
I'll go into the ring.
I'll let them swing. I just want to see what'll happen.
5 years since my last pro fight, I'll get into the ring. No
I
problem.
just want to see what'll happen to me. These people, first of all, half of the TikTokers are on some type of steroids and performance-enhancing drugs.
Everyone's on TRT at the age of 20 now. By the age of 24, they're not going to be producing testosterone naturally anymore.
It's not. I watch a guy, More Plates, More Dates or something.
I watch More Plays, More Dates.
Yeah,
Derek?
Derek. He talks about all of it.
He's the best.
He's a smart guy.
He is hilarious. You know he's Canadian?
Okay, do you want to send a personal message?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
I want to go meet him.
Look at the
His
camera.
personal consultations
Derek.
are a few thousand
Derek, he has
dollars.
something for you.
A few $1,000s an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
You look into it?
Yeah.
What do you look into it for?
Hair loss.
Hair loss is crazy.
That's his biggest thing, is hair loss. But he's saying someone just said you should get on TRT.
To you?
No. Someone like a YouTuber made a video saying you should get on TRT. This is the way to do it. Like you need to get on TRT. Oh, it's one of those chiropractors, Joseph Cipriano. The guy with the Y strap.
That guy takes.
He takes TRT, but he went on Instagram telling people
He
they
does.
should get on TRT because it made him feel so good. So now you got 25-year-olds going, I should get on TRT.
Well, the thing is now that it's becoming so.
Dude, just because
normal.
but the thing is, all these guys that are getting all this benefits from TRT, they're fat, they don't produce testosterone. They need TRT, or they just need to lose weight. But a 25-year-old doesn't need TRT.
I mean, it depends how famous you want to get on the internet.
Well, exactly. At that point, you
Everybody,
might as
all
well.
these kids. It's because YouTube is filled with 12-year-olds who have no idea of what's good and what's not good, and they look at these kids who are. It's like they do a 6-month transformation, and they go from looking like they haven't eaten a wet noodle in 10 years to looking like they can lift an ox and then fucking throw it across the universe.
That's an interesting example, but yeah, like
It's true,
I could throw an
it's
ox.
crazy. Like it's they in 6 months or even less, they look like they have never lifted a weight to looking like they are trying to compete in a weightlifting tournament.
Speaking of More Plays, More Dates, there's people going, you should fight Jake Paul. And this is the thing, is people think fighting is about how big you are.
If that was the case, Arnold Schwarzenegger would have been one of the greatest fighters of all
If
time.
that was the case, like Brian...
And we're back.
We're going to need a new memory card.
Yeah, probably. This is the thing, though. Well, this has been around for a long time. You remember that Chinese guy who used to do the workout videos?
Potentially.
He was a huge at one point.
Can you name him?
No.
So he's big enough to where you don't know his name?
I don't know. I haven't watched.
If he's
him.
just big enough to where you don't know
He was
his
one of the
name.
biggest fitness people on YouTube.
I know who you're talking about. I just
Anyway,
can't remember his name.
All of these guys, since the inception of YouTube, have been using steroids or something like that to get huge, and no one believes that they are.
Everyone's natural.
Everyone on the internet thinks they're natural because they have no idea what they're talking about.
Brian Shaw's natural.
Half of these, I don't know about that. I don't think you can compete at the highest level and be natural.
Yeah.
I don't think it's possible.
I've talked to him.
What did he tell you?
He told me he's natural.
Did you believe him?
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
he's natural.
So he's natural then. Okay, well, we've confirmed it here then.
Jake Paul's probably not natural.
I don't know, dude. That's a good question.
I don't know.
I mean, physically, he's not crazy.
No, he's very natural physically, but I bet he's not natural. Nobody's natural anymore. Not with that type of money, or whatever reason. I'm sure he might not be on steroids. He might take like Adderall during his fights.
Oh, for sure he takes Adderall. These successful people on the internet and all that stuff, all these people, they take Adderall.
A ninja.
Oh, that guy
survived
liquefies.
on, yeah,
That guy liquefies Adderall, and it's an IV in his leg the whole time.
He puts that on an IV. He on Adderall.
Gamers and Adderall are like freaking butter and toast.
But it probably gives you an edge. But how much of an edge?
A lot.
Okay.
Have you ever taken Adderall before?
No, I've never taken Adderall before.
Aren't the streams long, so like you need?
I'm
it
not
to
good enough
keep,
at games to take Adderall.
I don't think you
Going?
need Adderall to keep going on a stream. If you need Adderall for something,
Okay, 10 years ago when esports was like just coming on the scene, nobody took Adderall, guaranteed.
I wouldn't say that. You never know.
You think Optic Nade Shot was on Adderall?
I have no idea.
Okay.
That's why you can't say no or yeah to it. You can't conform.
Okay, what happened to YouTube reaction channels? They're dead.
Like reactions
Well, for a while
to
they were
funny things.
No, rap videos and
react.
anything.
Oh.
That's because the guys who
Copyright.
made React, they copy struck everything, and I think I don't know if they're still making videos. I have no
Okay,
idea.
well, that was a section of YouTube that was good.
No, it wasn't.
It was awesome.
I literally hate watching.
I
people react
love
to
people's
things.
opinions.
Do you?
No. I don't know why anybody would sit there and instead of watching the original video and make their own opinion, they watch someone else's opinion.
Yeah, but that's YouTube.
Yeah, but the problem is if this guy says he doesn't like the video, then all his fans go in the video and say, "Man, this video sucks."
That's also YouTube. That's these young kids who have no way to formulate their own opinions. about
Why are
things.
there like literally 8-year-olds on YouTube commenting on things? You shouldn't have that power.
They're trying to control it more.
It's not working. I just got into a Call of Duty lobby with a guy born in 2011.
Holy shit!
I was like, man, Call of Duty is older
The
than you.
craziest thing is it's 2021. That kid's 10 years old.
He's turning 10.
That's nuts. 2010.
2011, I said.
In my head, when I think of those years, I think you gotta be 2-3 years old.
At this point, you're turning 5 or 6.
You gotta be
Tops.
3 years old.
Yeah, you're 4 or 5.
Well, this year I'm turning 84.
Yeah, this year I'm
Wow.
36 years old. It's
How old
crazy.
are you?
52.
52, 86.
36. It's crazy.
Oh man.
But the funny thing is, when Fortnite was playing, the majority of guys on public lobbies were 8 to 12 years old, I'd say.
It's still like that. I don't know what I was doing today. I stumbled on a Fortnite video, and the kids who were talking in the
Of course,
video,
you watch Fortnite videos. Were you watching
The
Logan
kids-
Paul vlog right before that?
the
Is
kids
that how
who
you
were
stumbled
talking
into
to
it?
this guy were probably between 7 and 11.
Yeah, but who are the parents?
They're not there.
No, they live at their own place because they're Fortnite players. And they made millions of dollars.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Now, Fortnite's, I don't know how, I think it's super popular still.
Fortnite pumps so much money into advertising right now. They're
Well, you know
collab
what?
with everybody.
I'd rather play Fortnite that's a free game and actually runs on the consoles than Call of Duty Warzone and Call of Duty. Warzone's free, but it still doesn't run worth anything. And
Warzone.
Cold War is the worst Call of Duty I've ever played as far as how it plays on a console.
Did you buy that?
Cold War, yeah, it's the one that fried my hard drive on my PlayStation. I had to pay to get a new hard drive.
Why would you buy that? This is the thing. When Warzone came out, it was.
Oh, I just had an update today, by the way, for Cold War. 111 gigabytes for an update. The game was like 80 gigabytes.
The thing about Call of Duty Warzone is when it came out, it was okay. It played fine.
Warzone was great till
And
they
then
touched it.
It got steadily more worse, steadily
Because
more
they kept
unstable.
touching it.
And then they did this thing where they combined. I think it was Cold War.
They combined Cold War,
and it destroyed the servers.
and Cold War is like basically you're buying a virus. For $80, you're buying a virus. How is an update 111 gigabytes? When I was on Xbox 360, I could download an entire Call of Duty for 6 gigs. And an update was 40 megabytes.
Well, this is my thing with that game. It's one map that I played on Warzone. I've only played one map, 2 maps. I played 2 maps.
Yeah, 2, I think.
If you were to download a game that's been going for 15 plus years like World of Warcraft, you're looking at, I think it's over 100, maybe almost 200 gigabytes. How is a patch for Warzone?
Call of Duty right now, the total package with Warzone, I want to say is 600 gigabytes.
that's
and
almost 50% terabyte.
it's not like what's Cyberpunk where you go and it feels like real life. I go into like Call of Duty and I think I'm playing COD 2 still. Like the graphics are god awful.
Call of Duty is going backwards. You like Call of Duty?
No.
COD is a great game.
I don't know. I think
When I was
all
competitive in the
games are-
scene,
the only game Ali
professional
plays
game
is
battles,
Mario Kart.
I was playing
Yeah.
professionally Call of
Mario
Duty.
Kart. What is that thing where you turn the controller and then the person falls into the like they're like falling and you got to make them fall into the little.
Oh, you're
Oh,
talking
We
about
Play?
that. No, you're talking about that game that everyone was playing.
no,
recently.
she.
It's on We Play.
We
It's just
Play.
the bubble game.
She's good
What
at games.
happened? What happened to that game?
What?
What's that game that everyone was playing?
When you're a jelly bean?
It's like that. It's like it was made by. It was like an obstacle course or something. You run past and the first one there.
It's a jelly bean.
What's the game called?
It's that game everyone play where everyone's like a little jelly bean.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. That game looked.
That game blew up.
Candy
really
Crush.
fun.
Yep, you got it. How'd you know?
Oh yeah, Angry Birds.
What was that game called?
Flappy Bird.
I
Do
got
you remember
What is
Flappy
that
Bird?
Ninja game?
Flappy Bird still exists.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
There's different versions of
Flappy Bird.
You
not
can't even
Angry
get
Bird.
Flappy Bird on phones. Welcome to 2013, dude.
He took it. The creator of that took it down.
Yeah, and so people were selling their phone. My Samsung Galaxy S3 from back then, I could probably get over $1,000 for because that game's on it.
Oh, it's called Fall Guys.
Fall Guys. That game looked really,
Really, really well made.
really awful.
Did you ever have a Club Penguin?
Yeah. No, I didn't know.
Play Club Penguin and Webkins.
Webkins was the shit.
You know what? My friends played Club Penguin, and they got banned.
I didn't.
That was back in high school, though. When they were playing Club Penguin, grade 11, 12.
You know what? Talk about something that's not there anymore. Yahoo Answers.
That's still a thing, isn't it?
No,
Aren't
it's
they
getting
taking
taken
it away?
down. Yeah, I spent every business class on the computer answering questions.
What?
Yahoo Answers is awful. Quora or whatever?
What?
Quora? The other one?
Quora.
That's way better. Except it wants me to sign up for an account when I
Every
look for it.
time.
It's like, I don't want an account.
Every time.
I'm just trying to figure
my
out how to
God.
do this.
The people got to stop making you make an account every single time you
I
go
have
to the
so
website.
many accounts for different websites. It's unbelievable.
You know, it would be a good idea to have a app or a software or something that makes one account and it makes
Across
you an account
everything.
over
You,
everything.
you just make one account. You can get into anything you want. But
Yeah.
this is the thing with all these accounts is, why is it that 6 years ago, if I wanted my password to be Charger, just Charger, I could. Now it's got to be
Charger.
capital C,
Whatever.
Harger, 1 2 exclamation mark star. Like it needs to be something crazy. So all my stuff has different passwords now. So
Well,
I'm
the thing
guessing
is-
I have 6, 7, 8 passwords.
Well, the problem is, like, I don't know. I don't think people are hacking you because your password's easy. I think they're hacking you because they're getting your
Yeah,
information.
but they never get your They never hack you based off getting your password.
No, they don't sit there and guess passwords.
They don't. You know how inefficient hacking would be?
They send Trojan viruses and stuff like that.
Yeah, they just
and-
get into your account.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what your password is.
It's like if YouTube can get into your account, they don't know your password. They just can get into your account. The Packers do the same thing.
Well, they'll if anything, instead of spending that time to hack one person, they're going to spend that time to breach YouTube's passwords and take all of them.
And YouTube's done such a bad job with their new channels now.
I don't
Now it's like channel-85HG34 whatever. It's not an actual name unless you go through and you manually change it to
What
a
are you
name.
talking about? The URL?
Yeah.
Oh, and I already looked at this. You have to make 4 stipulations. You have to have had your account going for 30 days. You have to have a profile picture, a banner.
Yeah, but this is my thing. How are you going to grow any sort of account
Oh, and you have to have 30 subscribers.
when your name is channel-H-JQF?
Well, this is what I was thinking today. I don't understand. And the whole thing about having 30 subscribers doesn't make any sense to me because you're not even getting put on the algorithm.
No.
No one is seeing your
At
video.
this point, you need millions to get on the algorithm, unless you're really good at what you do.
Well, Ty Lopez spent $13 million advertising.
And now Ty Lopez owns Pier 1 Imports.
Really?
He bought Pier 1 Imports cash.
I can't imagine how expensive that was.
30 million.
He
Or
bought
60?
Tier 1 imports?
I don't think he did it cash. I just
Isn't
made
Pier
that
1
part up.
Imports like a decor store?
Yeah, it was across from Loblaws.
Well, okay, that's one location.
Ty Lopez owns that. You know who
Who's
Ty Lopez is?
Ty Lopez is.
This is my Lamborghini here.
This is my Lamborghini here. I'm in my garage, just read
You
these
don't know
books.
Ty Lopez.
What I like more than these books is this brand new.
I do know.
Or what I might like more than this Lamborghini is these books I just bought.
He was like the most viral thing on the internet for a long time.
No, didn't see it.
Okay, well, you missed about
He
5 years.
He is known for that.
Like
Well, he's like a
a finance guy.
finance guy. He's really apparent. He was
Oh.
awful back then. He faked it till he really made it, I think.
That's
I recognize
everyone
the
on
name.
YouTube.
I just
Oh,
don't
of
know.
course.
This is the biggest thing that makes me upset. Every time you go online, you'll see. This is what you see. Hey guys, you want to learn how to make $1 million off Amazon? Just follow my guide.
Yeah, but they've never made $1 million off Amazon.
They've
never heard of someone doing that.
This is what actually happened. They tried to make $1 million. They lost $20,000, and then they said, I'm gonna teach people how to make $1 million.
All they can teach is the idea of doing that. It's so easy. Okay, go on Alibaba, buy yoga mats, now sell them on Amazon.
Yeah, but this is so you watch these videos. That's what they tell you, and the biggest problem with that is that's not how it works. I've looked at this because I want to.
Of course, it's not how that works.
You go on like a site like Alibaba, you source it. Now you have to actually talk to them and make sure they're not sending you garbage.
Make sure you have a WhatsApp account to do that.
Okay, so now you've talked to them. Now what do? Okay, now you have to buy the product, but you're buying tons of products. So what do you have to do? It's not like you're ordering a T-shirt. They're just gonna send it to you in the mail. Okay, they're sending you a bunch of boxes. Yeah, on a freaking a skid.
Yeah, 1,000 yoga mats is a lot of yoga mats.
So now what you're gonna just get them to send you the yoga mats? No, now you need to have someone in China inspect it. Because what if they're sending you 5 yoga mats and 100 bricks?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you need to schedule logistics from China all the way across, like either by air or by boat, to a pier or to a landing strip.
So back to the question: do you want to make $1 million on Amazon? Is that easy?
That's what I'm saying. It's so much more complicated because now you're gonna need a customs broker. You're gonna need to learn who's gonna.
Yeah, but people literally think you don't have to buy the product until someone buys it from you.
That's dropshipping.
Yeah, that's. But the thing is, try to dropship something from China. You can win. Just buy from Wish if you want that. And you'll get it between 1 day and 3.5 years.
This is the problem. Dropshipping is a great idea, but actually, do you know what dropshipping is?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's just what you were talking about when you buy.
No, that's not dropshipping. Just dropshipping.
Dropshipping is you buy something and they send it to you. You don't ever see the product.
This is dropshipping. So you make a website. You have one product, and when someone buys that product, their money goes to you, and then you buy a product from China and ship it directly to them.
What?
It's like if you bought something from Walmart and they didn't have it.
Yeah.
They could drop ship it from their anywhere to you. Yeah, to you from the supplier.
So they never touch the product. They also never bought the product. So you never have
it.
Exactly.
So
if you go to Walmart.ca, you can get stuff drop shipped to you.
Yeah, all that's drop ship basically.
Everything is drop shipped.
Everything. Amazon is basically drop shipped unless
unless it's a registered account.
Yeah, unless they actually have all this stuff.
eBay's all drop ship.
Yeah. When you drop ship, it's good because there's no liability. Because you don't need
a
to
warehouse.
buy the product. You don't need to house the product.
Because when we had our warehouse for all the cars, like that was like $12,000 a month.
Yeah, exactly. But when you buy something from a drop shipper, they are literally just the website picture.
So it's basically like a middleman.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're our middleman.
They're the middleman.
The definition
so
of drop shipping.
Fake store.
Yeah.
Well, you're a real store. You file taxes and everything.
Yeah, you're a real store, but you don't have any product. You have nothing. Like you're basically.
You're a fake store.
if you order from somewhere and they tell you that it's going to take 6 to 12 weeks to get to you, they're going to drop ship it to you.
Anytime you order a product online, actually, this is crazy. Anytime, literally any product you order online, if the shipping is like over, unless they're in Australia,
if it's over 2 days or
if it's over a week, it's coming from China.
It's drop ship.
If it's over a month, it's.
So Amazon does it?
Of course.
People, no, I don't. You can't drop ship on Amazon.
Yeah, you can.
Well,
from the facility, you can have stuff at the facility. You can send things to your
there's
facility.
Two methods. There's you ship it, or you ship it to Amazon and they ship.
Yeah, Amazon ship it, but that's kind of like drop shipping. You never see the product; they take care of all the rest for you.
That's not drop shipping because you have to buy the product. No, it's nothing like if you give.
Well, yeah, okay, I get what you're saying.
See, this is the difference between drop shipping and what people are doing on Amazon.
You don't own the product in drop shipping yet.
Exactly. If I'm trying to sell things like people are doing on Amazon and they make it sound so easy, step 1, 2, and 3: find the product, ship the product.
It's not
sell
even.
the product.
It's 2 steps.
You can break it down. You find a product, sell the product.
That's it.
But this is the real thing. You find a product.
$3 million a year, no problem.
So you have to source the product. You buy the product. You inspect the product. You ship the product. You pay customs taxes on the product. You have to then administer all the stickers and all that stuff so that Amazon will actually accept it. Otherwise, they'll send it right back to you.
Okay.
Then you ship to Amazon, and then you have to track it online. It's so much harder.
Okay, but the Amazon thing, people saying this is how you do it, is the same as the social media people that go, I'm going to teach you guys how to get 1 million followers in 1 week. They have 270 followers.
Yeah. Amazon FBA. That's what it's called, FBA. That's
FBA.
What's that?
That's when you buy product from China, bring it over, ship it to Amazon.
Sorry, dude, all my products made in Canada.
All your products made in Canada. You know, it's such a good idea, and I would love to do it, but it's so goddamn complicated. And
no, because I watched the video.
There's a guy.
He said it's a 2-3 step process.
Tom Wang or something. Let's see if I can find.
He probably makes $1 million a year.
It's way funnier than that.
Okay.
So I was.
It's funnier than $1 million a year.
It's funnier than it.
So it's
So
$2 million a
I
year.
was waiting, and I'm just like, okay, it is Tom Wang, and I'm like just going on YouTube, and he's one of those advertisements. I click on his link. It's like a 30-minute video I end up watching for free. Okay. And the whole entire thing is just mumbo jumbo trying to get you to buy it. So the whole thing is just, you just have to find your product, the best product, and then you sell it on Amazon. We will help you find that product, and we'll help you sell it on Amazon. And I'm like, okay, cool. So then the next day I spend literally the whole day researching how it works, and the biggest part they left out is buying the product, getting the product to Amazon.
No.
The whole process.
It's a two-step process.
They forgot the whole process. Allie's like,
It's a two-step process. It's that easy. There's nothing to it. You buy the product, you sell the product.
That's what they said. That's literally it. And then they'll be like, okay, now you want to know the rest of the steps? Okay, and to work with him, guess how much it costs?
$300 an hour.
Guess how much it costs? And he says this. He says this in the promotional video.
100 an
His
hour.
rate?
Yeah, his rate.
1,000.
5 figure.
5
He
figures.
said it's 5 figures to work with him. Or no, it was either 4 or 5 figures. And I'm like, even if it's 4 figures, way too high.
Of course, it's way too high.
4 figures. This is my thing. What, like...
He's really smart though by advertising on YouTube, because then there's gonna be the guy going, man, I'm gonna make $1 million a year. I just need to start with $1,000.
Well, this is the problem though, because everyone is doing that. Like, there's 100 people on YouTube saying that, and there's literally hundreds of channels.
Yeah, Ty Lopez is the founder of that. How many people did Ty Lopez make rich that you've heard of?
Whoops. No, but the biggest problem with this whole FBA thing is people don't have any idea what they're getting into. They'll give them $1,000 or whatever, and then they realize that you have to pay. You have to pay for the product, pay for the shipping, pay to ship. Both, like, you're paying shipping multiple times.
You know my favorite part of that whole thing is these guys watch these videos, and what they forget about is they got to pay taxes on everything. So then they go
they
to
have to
jail.
pay customs.
Then they go to jail.
And they have to pay customs
for avoiding taxes,
and
for tax fraud.
And you know what else is funny? There's probably a larger amount of people now who are making like a killing on stocks who have never traded on the stock.
Yeah, and they're not going to pay their taxes.
And they don't know they have to pay taxes.
No, they don't know they have to pay taxes.
So when it comes around and they made $50,000 off GameStop.
You pay taxes on stock?
If it's not in the TFSA,
If it's on your TFSA and you can't day trade in the TFSA,
or if it's not in your Roth IRA in the States,
you have to pay taxes on your gains,
Like,
on capital
is it the
gains.
same amount of taxes? It's like...
It's tax bracket. It's how much
It's
if you made
your
$1 million.
income.
Yeah, it just
income
gets
tax.
accumulative into your income tax. So if I make it,
it's not like capital gains tax or things like that's taxed differently. But when you're day trading, it's not like that. It's not investment income if you're day trading.
yeah. So if I make
I don't
$100
believe.
million, it gets added to my income, and I'm paying taxes on $100 million plus.
Yeah, and good luck being able to get the money out of your account if you have $100 million in it.
I don't know exactly how taxes works for it, but people. I've been seeing people saying.
Day trading technically in Canada is illegal.
Yeah, I know it is. I remember looking that up.
You're not allowed to day trade.
I only trade. I only have done cryptocurrency.
I only trade during the day though.
I do night because I do crypto. I only do night.
Yeah.
So they technically can't screw around with me.
Yeah, I trade in the Japanese market, so it's all during the night.
All during the night. That's
So
smart.
I never go during the day,
That's
so
smart.
it's perfectly legal what I do. And I swing trade,
Well,
and I scout the market.
I stopped trading because there's a certain point where it's like, what? This is why I'm having this podcast with you guys now. There's no point in me making any more money.
Well, that's the thing, right? When I made $200 million last year,
No, but
I started with $600 million.
when I was first starting out trading, I was very young. I bought 100 Bitcoin.
Well, when we were in
I
high
flipped
school,
that
we
Bitcoin
went
to
half.
500
We
Bitcoin.
went half on the Bitcoin. We bought 300.
No, but I'm talking about me personally. I had 100 Bitcoin. Together, we had 1,000 Bitcoin.
Combined with my personal, yes.
Now we're millionaires.
Billionaires.
Trillionaires.
Yeah, basically, it's whatever number I
It's
want.
crazy how that you.
Well, technically, if you own one stock, you're a millionaire. Because you can say, I'm not selling it until it hits $1 million. As far as I'm concerned, I'm a millionaire.
Technically, you wouldn't be a millionaire if you're not working.
No, I'm a millionaire because I'm not selling it till it's. I saw people when GameStop was going off. They said when I sell at 10,000 each, I'm gonna be a millionaire. And I was like, it's not even gonna reach 500.
People thought that people thought Do you even know what GameStop is? GameStop is like EB Games.
Yeah, it's the thing that
Of course you know
popping
GameStop
when
is.
Doesn't she play video
Dogecoin
games?
was going off.
Yeah,
But
so
you
they
drive by 'em.
they thought that a single price a single stock of GameStop was gonna go 5 times higher than
No,
Amazon.
people thought it was gonna hit 100,000 each. I have no clue how this works. Do you honestly think they'd keep it up if it was 100,000 of stock? And everyone's a millionaire now.
Everyone with one stock would be filthy.
Like it's yeah. People don't know how that works. And my favorite was it hit like $50. Now I think it's at 100 and something.
No,
it recovered.
It's been at 140.
Yeah, I know, but when it went down to 50 at one point, and everyone went, "Well, I bought in at 400." So what's gonna happen now?
Yeah, I don't know. It'll never go back that high. There's no reason.
Well, it'll never go back that high, but it's also never gonna go back that low. It probably will never hit $50.
It can hit $50 again.
Well,
People stop playing with it
next year.
Because people keep buying low, but buying low and selling high. It'll just keep fluctuating.
I always buy high, sell low. That's my strategy, and that's why I'm so innovative in this market. I made $100 million last year.
Did you buy Dogecoin?
No, I didn't get into Dogecoin.
So you didn't buy Dogecoin?
No, I have enough Bitcoin.
So you have no crypto?
Just Bitcoin.
How are you gonna be a real podcaster if you didn't have cryptocurrency?
Well, I know. I got apparently Bitcoin's not real.
What's Dogecoin at? 30. It's at 30 cents right now. I bought at 0.6 cents. It goes up.
No,
and
you
down.
bought at 0.06
Yeah, I bought at
cents, or else you
0.06.
lost half your money so far.
So right now I have 5,528 Dogecoin.
You bought 5,000 Dogecoin.
5,500.
Well, that's a couple Doges.
I actually bought at 23 and I bought at 34 or 30. No, I bought at 32. I got at 6 cents, 23 cents, and 30 something cents, and I'm holding it.
Yeah, but I don't have the same feeling of it when we bought all that Bitcoin. I don't have that same feeling.
You have literally no Bitcoin. You have no Bitcoin
because we sold it, but I'm still gonna talk like I have it.
Oh man, I don't know. The cryptocurrency market's very funny. How much Dogecoin do you have?
5,000.
5,000 Dogecoin?
Yeah.
We both have 5,000 Dogecoin.
That's like $250.
That's $1,700 right now.
Well, when you bought it, it would have been like $250.
When it goes up to like 38, I have like $2,300 in there.
When Bitcoin hits 70 grand again Canadian, we're gonna have over 24 million.
24 million?
And I'm gonna, instead of renting the warehouse that our cars are in, I'm going to buy the warehouse that the cars are in, so I don't have to pay 12 grand a month.
What cars you have?
Well, we have the 438. That's a special car because they didn't even. They made a 430. They made me the 438, and I bought the 360.
Yeah, anyway.
All right. He's winded about 30 minutes in.
I think we're done. It's been a great podcast. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.